How does it feel like to be involved as part of the Young India Fellowship?
I think it's a great initiative. I think India needs to basically contribute back to society, and I think this is a way to make it happen. And you guys are the future. I mean, you know what? We're all in the last leg, and we're handing the baton to you guys, and you guys are going to take India to the next level. And if we don't believe that, you know what? All of us are fooling ourselves, I think.
And to what extent do you think a liberal arts program, similar to the Young India Fellowship, something that you got exposed to today, is going to be useful to take the education sector of India to the next level?
Yeah, I think you can have education in many different ways, and I think we all get tricked by the fact that you need to think a certain way, and I think that's the problem. And I think as you can get your thought in a much more diverse way, I think it makes you a much richer person. And I think programs like this are great. And actually, I haven't heard of this until this. And I know even in the U.S., I don't think there are too many programs like this where they bring a variety of thought process together. Generally, they'll do it's a very technical education process. So I think it's great. I think it's going to force you guys to think beyond what you're normally comfortable in thinking. And I think that's going to help all of you guys, and it's going to help us when you guys are going to be able to achieve a lot more. I think it's a great program.
So Anil, you're from University of Waterloo, and you've had a stellar education. So to what extent do you think is such an education important in building entrepreneurs, in growing businesses eventually? Do you think education matters in the long run?
I think education helps you think through how to solve certain problems that come up. I don't think, there's lots of entrepreneurs who have made it big, without having a stitch of education, right? So it's not as though education becomes the only way to get there. But I think education forms a basis, gives you a foundation, and gives you experiences on how to tackle things that'll come up in life. So therefore, does education solve everything? I think there are, majority of entrepreneurs who have made it without an education background is few. But there are those, superstars that will get through anything. So I think you need it. I think it helps you, and I think it gives you some time to mature and learn about stuff, and then you kind of take on the real world.
And what is the right time for you to be an entrepreneur, to step into the real world and start something?
No, we had this discussion yesterday, right, over lunch. I wish I had done this.
And let me provide your perspective. I'm asking you from the perspective that lots of fellows of aspire to be entrepreneurs.
Right.
What you tell them is going to be extremely useful to people who are successful.
Right. Well, I don't know if I'm successful. I mean, I've been doing this. I guess one of the things I wish I had done was I wish I had done this earlier. I mean, I think I did my entrepreneur stint, at 40 plus. I wish I had done it earlier, but in a way, I think it's good for you guys to learn and work and then take the entrepreneurial plunge, because I think you need to go through a business cycle of how to build a business, because if you start at 20 trying to take a plunge, I'm not saying you can't make it, the same chat we had yesterday, but I think the probability is less, and I think there's a lot of experience you can get to make a successful business happen, and I think that's only going to come with a certain amount of groundwork that you need to do, right? I'm not saying you need to work for 20 years and then take the plunge, but I think at least 4 or 5 years and then take the plunge. I would say 28, 30, go for it. You've got 20 years to make it happen, and 20 years is a long time to kind of to build whatever you want to build. Okay, I was 0 for 5 in the rapid fire already. Okay. Great show. Actually, it was really good. I mean, I thought you guys did a great job. A lot of energy, which is what I think programs like this are all about.
And your biggest strength?
My biggest strength, I would say my ability to, I guess, work with people. I love interacting with people, and I think ability to get teams together and get them focused and driven with the same passion that I have, and I think that's what's going to make anything happen, right? You got to believe you want to do it, not for the sake of doing it, but doing it correctly. So I think it's trying to pull a group together and getting them to work with you.
Sure. And I think another of your biggest strengths is building entrepreneurs among the youth.
Yeah. I hope so. Like I said, I want you guys all to be successful, and I think that's going to make a lot of us, you know, all this worth it.
What is your message to the young India fellows?
Facing the camera.
Go for it. You know what? Don't let anything stop you. If you believe in something, you guys, there's nothing that can stop you guys from achieving what you want to do. Okay? There will be lots of pitfalls, but you guys should be able to conquer it, and don't stop. And I wish you guys all the best. I think you guys, like I said, you guys are the future of India. I think we're all kidding ourselves if it's this generation that's working today. It's the next generation that's going to actually take India to the global market. We're all kind of, you know, breaking some walls for you guys, but the real future is with you guys.